Hi, welcome to A Foreigner in the Philippines. Well, we've had a dry day today at least, so for that we were very grateful after the torrential rain yesterday, but we are also very grateful for the rain as well. Now, you always hear me talking about books and the fact that I love to read, and I just wanted to share some of the things that have come about in the most unexpected way for me, and have led, even long before I ever started to study the Bible, led back to the Bible in the most unusual way. I remember watching a movie which was very touching, because at the end they had their, I think it was for their wedding, these two people, the woman was terminally ill, but her last wish was to marry this man that she loved, and that was his wish as well. And so it was a very touching ceremony, because you knew that it wasn't going to last long. But they read this piece. I only knew it as something that was beautifully written, and such was my ignorance that I didn't actually know that this came from the Bible. And for your reference, it's Corinthians 13. Let me see. I'm not very good at doing the verse and all of that, but it's Corinthians 6, I think. Corinthians 6-8, and it's about love. And now, the reason I'm kind of led to this is because there's been so much drama and an actual betrayal and, love that went wrong, and it hasn't been a fun ride. We've tried our best to show things as they come, and this is the problem with being transparent, is you can't be part transparent. Like I read in one of the books that my friend reminded me of, my friend Michael, who is with the channel on Zamora. He's the New Zealander Manchester man, and he reminded me that he'd read in a book that I loaned to him, the Little Book of Wisdom, and in that the author said you can't have part integrity. You either have integrity or you don't. You can't half have it, or a quarter have it, or nearly have it. You have to have it. And with the problem that Beth and I have, is that we said that we were going to show our life. Now, short of doing really intimate stuff, which nobody expects you to do, don't expect you to talk about the bedroom or going to the toilet or things like that. They expect you to, but they expect to share your life. It's and in a way, this is probably one of the closest to a reality show that you can get. But it involves seeing the not so nice part of life. But always I feel that we come back to the main thing, the main theme of life, which is love. And this one is, it starts off Corinthians 13, and the heading is "Love is the best gift." So the main part that was read in the movie that I unknowingly chose at the time to follow up and find out where it was. Actually, I put it on Facebook, and somebody was many people recognized where it was from and gave me the reference. But here it is anyway, I'm waffling on. Love is patient, and love is kind. Love is not jealous, it does not boast, and it is not proud. Love is not rude, love is not selfish, and love does not become angry easily. Love does not remember wrongs done against it. Love is not happy with evil, but love is happy with the truth. Love patiently accepts all things. Love always trusts, always hopes, and always continues strong. love never ends. Now I know that lots will be saying, well, you're quoting that, but you are not so good at forgiving. My point is, and I think of it in a totally practical way of just trying to get through the day, trying to get through your life, trying to get through the week, the month, the year. You're never going to get out of life alive, are you? But you can strive to keep your own family, those things around you, true to whatever level of being correct, being honest, loyal and truthful as you can. And that's what you strive for. And what I've just read to you now would be if all things were perfect and you could be like an ascended master, like Jesus himself, and if you could possibly strive for that. Now, very often when people judge other people, they judge them according to those things. But really you should avoid judging unless you can truly say that you can do all of those things that love can do. If you can be love personified, then sure. It's what Jesus said when a woman was about to be stoned, and he picked up a stone and he held it out to the crowd and he said, "Let he who is without sin cast the first stone." I believe that was the saying. Well, and sure enough, I found another quote which really got me, but this is very profound. Not that the quotation on love is not profound, but it's not hidden. It's not mystified, is it? It's very clear. You know, that's what love does. And if on a perfect day with the wind behind you, you could behave like that, even for a moment, you would have a lot to be proud of. But listen to this. This is from Truman Capote, and the book that I'm reading now, which these are the complete stories of Truman Capote. And that's him there. The stories in this book are so beautiful that you really don't want, because they're short stories, they may be 3 or 4 or maybe 5 pages long, and when you're in page number 3 or 4, you really don't want to turn the page. You've got to read, but you don't want to turn the page because it's so beautifully written and so beautifully put that this meets my criterion for being an incredible read, an incredible gift. Somebody gave this book to me. My friend Roger gave this book to me, and boy, I thank him every time I turn a page. I think, thank you, Roger. This is the story of the Headless Hawk, which was written in 1946, and it is such an incredible story. But it's full of mystery and it's very profound. It goes into the man has dreams, and he meets a girl who is I guess slightly unhinged, but there's all kinds of places where you can interpret it for yourself. It's not laid out for you. But it starts off with a quote from the Bible, from Job 24, 13, 16 and 17. And it starts off with this quote: "They are of those that rebel against the light. They know not the ways thereof, nor abide in the paths thereof. In the dark they dig through houses which they had marked for themselves in the daytime. They know not the light, for the morning is to them as the shadow